So next show on the list is
Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Wait, he's very fast. Yeah.
The world's greatest team of heroes has finally come home.
Home sweet home.
Toonami presents Justice League, premiering Monday, June 2nd at 5.
Not so fast.
All them heroes is in the house.
Just watch.
Justice League. Now, I did watch a couple episodes of Justice League. Actually, I didn't know this, but I actually watched it. Not on Cartoon Network, though. I think a friend of mine had a DVD because I remember the first two episodes. And then because it was like a core memory unlock because I literally did not remember until I started watching the first two episodes. It's like, I remember seeing these. And then I remembered a friend of mine had a DVD and I visited their house once and they put on that DVD. So I actually remember seeing like the first two episodes, which serviced the pilot. But like I had fun. I didn't see as many episodes as the others. I think I saw like only 5, but I had a good time with it. I know like this is like the definitive cast of Justice League because like I've heard them in like Injustice and all that. But yeah, how do y'all feel on Justice League, the original Justice League series?
It's a good show.
It's a very good show.
Very good show.
How would y'all rank it?
You know, like I could comfortably put it above Superman.
Above on S tier?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think that's probably exactly where I think it would go. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I would go as far as to put it right behind Batman, but
Ooh.
that might be pushing it because as far as Toonami Legacy goes, it's not that big a deal. It was kind of an afterthought until Justice League Unlimited was premiering on Toonami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was just nice to have, as the fourth show leading the block because, they had a pretty stable 3 shonen thing going on after it. And it was nice to have some variety. And it's a fantastic show that is, one of the best animated action shows of all time. So, yeah, I think that's a good place for it.
Like I do remember hearing that, like, because I did when Toonami played the Fatal 5 movie, that was actually a sequel to this series.
Yeah, sorta. I mean, there could be some debate there, but you could comfortably put it in the same universe.
All right. So next up.
In an effort to dominate robotic warfare, the secret organization Black Ghost has transformed these 9 humans into cybernetic soldiers. The problem is, nobody asked them.
We were kidnapped off the street so you could remodel us.
There's no escape. Surrender to your fate.
Cyborg 009, tonight at 6.
How did I do all this?
Being human ain't all bad.
Cyborg 009. I don't know anything about this, sorry.
This was a lovely hidden gem. It's kind of funny. Before this aired on Toonami, one guy who was really into like sci-fi and robots in my Japanese language class played some episodes for the class. So when this came to Toonami, I was like, oh, I know this show. It's a really good show that they just kind of got out of the blue. It showed up. I remember on Toon Zone, people were like, "What's Cyborg 009?" Like it just popping up on the schedule out of nowhere, like Rurouni Kenshin did. And they're like, "Oh, so that's what Cyborg 009 is." This show kind of slaps.
It does.
It's pretty good.
Wasn't it also like a reboot of an older series or no?
Yes.
Yeah, and let's just say that the show did not get treated with the amount of respect it probably deserved because the tapes that we were sent to restore it for our SD Blu-ray release were a absolute mess.
Ooh.
Like they were just they basically just shipped Justin a pallet of tapes, and we're just like, here, whatever. And we like he was going through them, and like some of the tapes were literally like the tapes were coming out of the cassettes.
Oh
Like
my!
they just didn't care.
Mm.
Like realistically, if we hadn't gotten it when we did, that show would probably be lost for good.
Oh,
Wow.
So, like
Dis-
that
Discotheque
show
saves the day
never got
again.
the respect it deserved. from
Thank you,
anybody.
Discotech.
Now,
I
now,
rewarded you by buying the SD Blu-ray.
now, release initial D. I'm sorry, Logan. I always mess with Logan. It's like, please bring over initial D. Anyway, so where would we put Cyborg 009?
I
Low
think it's a B.
B? Like
Low
yeah,
B?
low B.
Low
I mean,
B,
it's good.
yeah.
It's good. Just it's not anything like exciting.
Mm,
Yeah.
Put it behind Mobile Suit Gundam.
behind Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah, at
Wait.
the bottom of. Oh no.
I was gonna say, wait,
That's
Gundam's
bottom
A.
Oh yeah, I was mixing that up. No, I would say it's a high B.
Yeah, I guess high B is fair.
Would you
Yeah.
put it above Zoids or?
No, I'd probably put it behind Ronin Warriors.
Yeah,
I
would.
I would put it above Ronin Warriors.
And that's fair.
All right, above Warner Warriors it is.
Now
Next-
this is the one I've been waiting for.
The peaceful planet of Neotopia is about to erupt in violence.
Attack!
Get ready for Gundam like you've never seen before.
Ready? Let's go.
Really cute and tiny.
Stand back.
Withdraw at once. I have a better idea.
SD Gundam. Starting September 1st at 5.
So the gang's all here.
The Gundams you love. Fun size.
Next one, another Gundam show, SD Gundam.
F tier. I have
F
been
tier?
waiting for this one the whole time. It's an F.
I was gonna say, is this gonna be our first F?
No.
Yes.
No. It's a D.
Okay.
No, this show is awful.
It is not awful.
It
Yeah,
didn't
and-
even get a complete release in the US until like 12 years later.
That doesn't
There's
mean
an
it's
entire
awful.
second season worth of 26 episodes that they literally dumped out in a single DVD set, that the only reason you knew it was new episodes was the very top of the disc said all new adventures, and that was it. They dubbed it. It never got released until just an unceremonious, and we're throwing this out. It's like there are so many better SD Gundam shows than this. This was their next attempt at the Doozy Bots thing, in that let's make a Gundam show aimed at America.
Oh
We'll
God,
do it with
no!
SD Gundams, and we'll do it with some pretty mediocre and honestly ugly looking CGI.
Yeah, when I was grabbing the images, like to put
I kinda
on
like
the
how it
list, I was having a hard time getting like an image for SD Gundam. I'm like, God, like why do all these look like crap?
Except for when they have mounts. Ooh, I don't like when they have mounts. Though it is kind of funny when the Zaku's mounts talk.
So Logan says F. What does everyone else feel on it?
That's overly harsh. Honestly,
Jump scare in the chat.
I think it's worthy of a C, but I would settle for D.
Okay, I'm not going C.
I'll give it a D if you're that convinced that it's worth a C, but man, for me, it's an F.
It is
my-
not worse than Tenchi in Tokyo. It is not worse than.
So then I'll put it above
I'll go
Tenchi D. I'll put it above
that's-
Tenchi, above
that's
Tenchi,
fair.
below Card Captors.
Fair.
Fair.
Next one, an instant classic.
He moves like a crane, graceful, with the wind of battle, leaving only one standing. His name, Samurai Jack. Toonami presents 3 hours of a warrior on a journey to enlightenment. in a place without rules. Samurai Jack. This Saturday from 1 to 4, a special 3-hour marathon. Only Toonami.
"50 years have passed, but I do not age.
How much longer can you keep this up?
Time has lost its effect on me. Yet, the suffering continues.
You've forgotten your purpose!
Aku's grasp chokes the past, present, and future.
Your training is complete. Go! Kill the samurai! There is no hope for you, foolish samurai. Aku is the master of masters and will end you!
There's no way home. There's nothing to fight for.
Show yourself, samurai, so you can die.
It always seems bad at first, but then I find a way. Leave here now and live, or stay and face your destiny.
Our destiny is your death!
Very well. Aku destroyed everything. Gotta get back to the past. Samurai Jack.
An all-new limited series, premiering Saturday, March 11th at 11 p.m.
Samurai Jack, and I'm counting the final season too.
Yeah, that's an S.
That's right.
An S. Where would you put on S?
Above Powerpuff.
Above Powerpuff.
Powerpuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it stole Gurren Lagann's ending, but
You want to know what's funny? You want to know what's funny because I didn't see Gurren Lagann until way later, and I saw the ending, and I was talking to you guys about it, and then I said, "This show pulled the Samurai Jack," and Silver was like, "No. Samurai Jack pulled the Gurren Lagann."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen the original series, but I do have the final season fresh in my head. I bought the game, which apparently changes the ending, and I still haven't played more than 2 hours of it.
The way I guess the reason I would rank Samurai Jack as S tier is there are not many shows on here that if they went, hey, we're going to run the first few episodes in theaters as a celebration, that I would go out of my way to go see. Samurai Jack was one where I did.
I mean, Gendy Tartakovsky, like that's all you need.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would say, like, in terms of like shows Gendy has made, I really would put Primal above Samurai Jack, but we'll get there when we get there.
All right, so I guess moving on.
Goku's small.
Do I have to go back to school?
And there's new Dragon Balls.
The star is black?
Sounds like trouble.
Soon all life forms will be robot mutants.
How can a little body like that harness such enormous power? A show so exclusive, we can only show it once a week. Dragon Ball GT starting Friday, November 7th at 6:30. Big things get hit by small packages. Saturday night on Cartoon Network. Evil villains? Got 'em. Heroic figures? Check. 5,000 punches to the face? Oh yeah. Watch premiere episodes of the best action cartoon around. Dragon Ball GT, Saturday nights at 10 p.m. on Toonami. Believe only on Cartoon Network.
Dragon Ball GT. So a little history lesson for me. Because I told y'all that my first exposure to DBZ was Nicktoons Network airing DBZ Kai. I just want to explain the order of events and how it fucked up my head. They played DBZ Kai. They got to the moment, and I think Silver explained this, but I forgot what the explanation was. Cell, when they were at the Cell Saga, Cell absorbed 18 and he became Perfect Cell. After that, the show went on a hiatus for like, I want to say maybe a year. Like I remember this fondly. Cell became Perfect Cell, and the show was missing in action for like months. And during that time, they played Dragon Ball Z movies, and they didn't care about which order of timeline of events they did. So my knowledge of DBZ was up to Cell becoming Perfect Cell. The first movie they played was Broly, the first Broly. Then they played Fusion Reborn. Then they played Android 13, and then they did like the Wrath of the Dragon. Keep in mind, all I knew was up to Cell, and I'm seeing Gohan as a Super Saiyan. I'm seeing Goku go Super Saiyan 3, and I'm seeing Fusion and all that, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And then eventually DBZ Kai came back, finished its run, and what did they? And at the time, DBZ Kai ended at Cell. What did they do after Kai ended? They played GT. And yet again,
and let us stress that Kai ended with
Cell,
Future Trunks killing
Cell
Cell
on Nicktoons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
on
Toonami
Nicktoons.
would later air it as part of the final chapters in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
you're going from the end of the Cell saga to Dragon
all the way
Ball
to
GT.
all the way to GT. And here's the difference.
Those poor kids.
Here's the difference. At least they started with episode 1.
Yeah, because that was the biggest problem with GT when it aired on Toonami was they basically made their own special like compilation episode of the first like 15 or 16 episodes and jumped straight to episode 17 as the
That's what
premiere of
Funimation
GT.
did.
Yeah.
You think you know GT, you don't know GT. Step into the Grand Tour. And yes, I did and yes, the version I saw was that old Funimation version with the Grand Tour intro and with the weird ass soundtrack of like guitar synths all over the episodes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Menza.
So yes, I have seen all of GT, and I haven't seen it since. But honestly, I'm not really looking forward to going. I'm honestly not really itching to go back to it. There were some stuff in it that I liked, like I liked Super Saiyan 4, and some of the villains were nice. I liked the concept of Baby. The execution was kind of bad. And I like the concept of the Shadow Dragons too. Just the fact that like, using the Dragon Balls for God knows how many times can have a negative effect on it. But that was pretty cool. It's just the execution of some of these were not
Super
great.
Android 17 was a neat idea.
Oh yeah, that too. I mean, I remember at the time
execution was bad.
and that was the
I'll
most.
give it credit for having an okay final episode.
And that was the most Android 17 you got since Cell, and I'm so glad he kind of had a redemption arc in Dragon Ball Super, but we'll get there. So for me, I would put GT in C. What about you guys? Because I wouldn't say it's not
Too
the
high.
worst thing.
Too high.
Yeah. I probably would put it more like mid D, probably. Like as a show, I mean, it's been years since I last watched it, but I don't remember it being all too good.
You could put it at the top of D.
Yeah, I'd put it high D. Like it has individual aspects of it that are kind of good, but I mean, to me, like the biggest thing is I just don't see it being compatible with the current canon of like the Dragon Ball TV stuff. You know, the argument that like the evil dragons were based on the wishes. Like, I'm sorry, but bringing Frieza back, stuff like that to me in the modern stuff would negate some of the stuff that shows up in GT. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say it's completely non-canon, but to me, it just doesn't mesh. And that knocks it down a peg.
Yeah, I'll go with D myself. Actually, there's a fun fact. You talk about the Nicktoons version of GT. They actually aired a promo. I don't know if anybody knows this. They aired a promo for DBZ that actually uses a theme that's used for WWE for a wrestler known as the Brian Kendrick back in 2008.
I remember seeing the original GT promo, but I had no idea that's where that song came from. Huh.
Yep.
Huh. But yeah, GT, it exists. Yeah, what's funny is that Team Four Star is doing like a commentary over it at the moment, and over the course of it, they're slowly losing their minds, and it's just
As
amazing.
one does.
Okay, so moving on.
The Clone Wars have begun.
In this time of need, why do we hold back the Chosen One?
Whether or not he is the Chosen One is still to be determined.
As master and apprentice struggle with the dark side.
You're no Qui-Gon Jinn.
More and more systems join Count Dooku's armies,
The city is under attack.
leaving the Jedi Knights caught between the Separatist forces and a republic that is slowly becoming an empire.
Now is the time to launch our final operation.
Let's end this battle, Commander.
We have to go! Now!
Defend the city, we must.
I won't fail you. Don't fail yourself.
The Jedi shall fall.
Toonami presents the Emmy-winning micro-series all in one shot. Star Wars Clone Wars, Volumes 1 and 2, next Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. Impressive, most impressive.
May the Force be with you.
Only Toonami.
Another Gendy Tartakovsky staple, Star Wars Clone Wars micro series. Before Disney came
Really
in,
good.
Those are really, really good. I'd make it S.
S
Yeah.
tier?
Yeah, S.
What do you
Yeah.
feel about it compared to the newer Clone Wars?
Where on S would you put it? Above Samurai Jack or between Samurai Jack and Powerpuff? Or
Probably
After
under
Powerpuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as whether it's like compared to the other one, I mean, as far as I
It's night
recall,
and day.
yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
it's better, but I think the biggest problem is, and of course, it gets into the canon argument. I'm pretty sure they decided to declare once they made the CGI Clone Wars, they basically were like, yeah, these are more of like, if you had to compare them to something, they'd be like the Marvel What If. And then they're like, oh, here's some stuff, but like it didn't really happen this way, but it's like a stylized interpretation. Because I'm pretty sure they rendered the Gendy ones non-canon, which sucks, but what can you do?
Because they're cool. They're so cool.
Yeah.
at the very least, they actually got a re-release on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Which is nice.
that's helpful. That's nice.
All right.
You
then.
have it ahead of Powerpuff. Put it behind Powerpuff.
Yeah, I'd put it behind Powerpuff.
Yeah.
Behind Powerpuff, all right.
Yeah.
And next up is
Every Friday at 5:30, Toonami's breaking off movies for the masses. Next Friday, Shobu's on a quest to be the best. You ready?
Bring it on!
Let the duel begin.
You have no idea the world of hurt you are going to be in.
Step into a dimension where magic and monsters rule. Time to check the deck. Duel Masters, next Friday at 5:30. It's all in the cards. Be there.
Duel Masters, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh clone. I'm assuming it a Yu-Gi-Oh clone.
No.
Or is it a Pokemon clone?
It is a Yu-Gi-Oh clone, and they really punched up the dub, so it was pretty entertaining. It kind of got a pass because of the silliness of the dub, as opposed to like straight Yu-Gi-Oh, which is also very silly, but it takes itself very seriously.
So
I liked Duel Masters. It was a fun show to kick off Saturday Toonami when it was there, but I would be comfortable with a D or a low C.
How does everyone else feel?
I'd go D.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I go D as well. Yeah.
Would you put low D or middle or
I'd put it a high D.
High D.
above GT or below?
I'd put it above GT.
I'd put it above it, yeah.
I would, yeah.
D is for Duel Masters. You know what D is also for? Dimension W, but we'll get there.
I recently rewatched that, but I'll get to that. Next up is
In the year 2000, a brilliant scientist created the ultimate machine. A thinking, feeling robot with the power to save the world. Now, Earth's only hope against evil is a little boy with superpowers and the soul of a hero.
I don't think so!
Toonami presents the most legendary anime series of all time, Reborn, Osamu Tezuka's Astro Boy, premiering Monday, March 8th at 5. Boys don't cry.
Astro Boy 2003.
Fantastic show.
Yeah,
It's a great show. It didn't
Great
get
show.
a shake.
I really hope Sony gives that license to somebody because that needs a re-release.
Yeah, that's one where I because of what happened with Cyborg 009, I worry about the condition of Astro Boy. It's I wish we could get it. Like that would be, especially after having worked on the 1980 version of Astro Boy, I really wish we could get 2003.
Y'all re-released the 1980 Astro Boy?
Yes.
I'll have to look into that.
Like 2 years ago.
Oh, I mean, okay. So where would y'all rank Astro Boy 2003?
I would put it behind Cyborg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then. Next up.
Every Friday at 5, Toonami's got a little something special. Next Friday, the battle to control the Earth's supply of Energon is raging so hard, we're giving Optimus and the gang some extra airtime. Now they're in trouble! Check out 4 all-new episodes of Transformers Energon next Friday from 5 to 7. He who controls the Energon controls the universe. That's our cue, boys!
Transformers Energon. Only 4 out of the 52 episodes aired on a single day.
Oh, that's right. They pretty much didn't air Energon, but they did air a bit of Cybertron. I go back and forth whether Energon is better than Armada.
Yeah, it's it's. Sorry.
No. I was just say I'd probably put them like neck and neck because they're kind of like tossed up between the two.
Yeah, where did we throw?
We put that low
Armada?
C.
Low C.
Low C. Put it behind Armada.
Yeah.
Even though I thought I did like Kicker more than the 3 kids in Armada.
They're basically tied, so yeah.
But I also didn't really like the CG in Energon. I thought it was kind of clunky.
Yeah, because I find it funny, and this will be the same for the next show too. But it's like a lot of these shows that are technically Toonami staples, but like only like freaking 5 or less of them actually aired. So like Transformers Energon only 4, and then the next show Jackie Chan Adventures only 9 episodes aired.
Get Chan! The Drunken Master is back. When the world needs a hero, he's ready to kick some.
Bam and bam, bam! Oh, you wouldn't hit a guy wearing dresses, would you?
Jackie Chan Adventures coming up next.
Goodbye, thank you.
Only Toonami. Chan-tastic.
But yes, next show is Jackie Chan Adventures.
But it's a very good show.
I remember seeing a lot of promotion for it, and I think I saw a friend watching it, but I've never actually seen it myself. Because I think when I was growing up, I already had cable, so like I wasn't watching any of 4Kids or whatever, because like I already had like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and all that.
It's very odd to me that when they were coming up with filler for Saturday Night Toonami, they turned to Jackie Chan Adventures as opposed to X-Men Evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird choices from the network. But it's a good. I like the show. I liked it as a kid.
Yeah, it's a good show. If this was a Kids WB tier list, it would probably be on top. But Toonami, yeah.
I'd say maybe the top of B.
Top
Yeah,
of B.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is one, like, because I am like making it a mission to like rewatch some older like classic shows I didn't see. So like one day I'll get to it. But yeah. Next up,
Kira Yamato seemed like all his other friends, but he has a secret.
You did betray your own people, didn't you?
and a deadly talent.
I also happen to be a coordinator.
A genetically enhanced coordinator, Kira possesses abilities far beyond his earthling friends.
There's no reason why I have to do any of those things.
Cast as protector and conqueror, Kira is unsure of either role.
But that doesn't mean I can fight in battle. It's time.
Battle lines are drawn, and a new war emerges.
Here they come. All hands, level 1 battle stations.
Kira finds himself facing down an enemy he doesn't hate.
We don't want anything to do with your war.
And championing a cause he doesn't understand.
Why can't you go away and let us live in peace?
As Zaft and the Earth forces face off, Kira and his Gundam may be Earth's only hope.
I'm not about to be defeated here!
Or the harbinger of its demise.
Failure is not an option. It's coming.
Portside Valiant, fire!
Strike Gundam heading out!
Gundam Seed, tonight at 10:30, only Toonami.
Is Logan's favorite, or this show recently just had an ending, I want to say, but like Gundam Seed.
So the biggest problem I have with this is, my current opinion is very colored because I have spent the last almost 20 years waiting for the movie, and we finally got it. Like, I went to the LA premiere of the movie. Like that's how much I've been waiting for this movie.
And it sure was more Gundam Seed Destiny.
Yeah, but you know what? It was the Shin Asuka apology tour. Like or excuse me, the Shin Asuka redemption tour. Shin got his props in this movie. But like the thing is, as far as the way it aired on Toonami, Seed had a rough time. It was on Saturdays. It didn't get a complete run on Toonami. It eventually got stuck in a 1 or 2 a.m. death slot on Friday night, Saturday morning. So not even the Saturday Toonami block. And the thing Toonami's version of Seed is most known for are the disco laser guns. Because apparently Cartoon Network got way up their asses about firearms and whatnot at that point, and so instead of the characters carrying regular pistols, they had a bunch of glowing lights and shit added to the guns, and they shot laser beams. And it was for the era that the show was released in, that was some really goofy stuff. So and the thing is, I mean, Seed is Seed. Like, I love it. It's not my favorite Gundam, but I love it. I mean, for me, I'd put it high C above Gundam Wing, but
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that, yeah.
Like the show itself, like a whole run of the first Gundam Seed, not counting Destiny, that's like a B, maybe an A, but what we got on Toonami, C.
Bit of a hack job. But like I said, as a franchise, I do love it. I mean, I spent 14 hours on Friday transcribing subtitles from a crappy cam rip and putting them on a rip of the Amazon Japan release. So that should go to tell you how much I love this franchise.
Jesus. All right. Next up.
It was created to defend the Earth. But these guys have other ideas.
Check it out.
What have you done to my robot?
My robot.
The power of Megas just might save the world. If these two idiots don't screw it up first. An all-new episode, Megas XLR. Saturday nights at 9. Mischief weighs a ton. Only Toonami.
Another Cartoon Network classic that I actually did spend some time to watch. Megas XLR. The one thing I knew going into this was that it was a show that got written off, that also was done dirty, and I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it a lot. I had no idea that David DeLuise played Coop, who I remember as the father from Wizards of Waverly Place, and now I can't unhear it every time he speaks. And then yeah, I mean, I just enjoyed the show a lot. The intro got stuck in my head. And I mean, like, because also going into this knowing that it was a canceled show, I was kind of expecting like a pretty like disappointing ending. I mean, like, I don't want to say the ending was good, but like, at the very least, I was expecting to
It's
be
pretty
left on.
good.
I was expecting to be left on a cliffhanger, and at least
And
that
it was
wasn't.
epic. That was an epic ending.
Yep.
Yeah, like the whole like evil coop stuff and all that, and all that, and
It's
one.
you. Yeah. And and even more of me. And
Well,
then some. That was the line. And then some.
what was I gonna say? And too bad Steve isn't here because the one biggest selling point for the show, it takes place in New Jersey, and just the fact that like they go out of the way that that got like I wish Steve was here and he'd seen it because he's the New Jersey guy, and it was just like there was so much Jersey in there, and like I was telling him, like some of the stuff, like one of the scenes was like Coop getting blocked by a robot, and he's like, "Where are you from? New York, out of the way, buddy." And Steve literally said, "I say that every day." um, and it's funny because I was watching it and I'm seeing like like clearly there was a bunch of references to other shows because one of the episodes was a fucking Transformers like what's the
Reunion.
word? Yeah, like because they had Peter Cullen and I forgot his name, the actor from Megatron.
Frank Welker.
Frank Welker in there, and I'm like, what the? And then there was another one. Oh, and then they did like a freaking Power Ranger Super Sentai knockoff, and then
That was straight up Gotchamon.
Yeah.
Oh god, like,
yeah, it was kind of like an amalgamation of Gotchamon and Power Rangers because they did have Zorps. I love it. He just crams the robots onto Mega.
Yeah.
And the
God. Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
it's
I had
so
a lot of
freaking
fun watching it. It was kind of a pain to watch though because
I am the
like
Regis Mach 5.
like it was kind of a pain to watch though because I had to settle for like this 480p like rip straight from like Cartoon Network, and like man, I'm not expecting 4K. I'm not expecting 4K, but at least like a DVD rip or something. And it was like either that or spend like $50 on iTunes, and I'm like, I have way better uses of my money than this.
Do you though? It's a show worth owning.
Maybe. So
I love Megas XLR.
Great show.
But,
No,
but
I would really-
I can't give it an S. I can't do that.
Yeah, it's a good A show.
It's a good A.
show?
It's a good A. Put it behind Sailor Moon.
Behind Sailor Moon, above G Gundam.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know, I would really love it for Adult Swim to maybe look into unwriting it off, but I don't know if that's something that's even on the pipeline.
Well, I wish the same for Symbionic Titan, but we'll get there. Next show.
A new Rave Master has been chosen.
It can't be.
His task, to recover the Rave Stones and destroy the Shadow Tower forever. A simple plan, but it ain't gonna be easy.
The power of the Rave will be mine.
I don't think so.
Rave Master, Saturday nights at 8:30. Stone.
Anger management at work.
Only Toonami.
Rave Master. Is this another clone series or is this his own thing?
It's Rave Master is just an okay kids dub of okay shonen from the same guy that went on to do Fairy Tail.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
It was a pretty fun show, but it's like a low C.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
banger opening song though. Real Big Fish.
Do we put it behind? Do we put it behind the
Oh no,
Transformers show?
not behind the train. Put a next to GI Joe.
Next to G.I. Joe?
That seems
Yeah,
fair.
that's right.
Okay, next up, another instant classic.
5 teenage superheroes. Secret identities? None.
Your animal force cannot protect you forever!
Schoolwork? As if. Angst? Plenty.
Titans! Trouble!
Oh, man, we gotta get out of here!
Teen Titans coming up next. Welcome to the big time
Isn't that awesome? Super.
on Toonami.
Teen Titans.
When there's trouble, you know who to call.
So yet again, I didn't watch Teen Titans. I mean, I still haven't. I actually am planning to, because I mentioned this a while back, but like I do plan on watching a lot of, because I grew up a Nickelodeon kid. So like I didn't see a lot of the Cartoon Network stuff. But I am trying to, watch some more of that. But I know how big Teen Titans is, and unfortunately, I was also there around 2016 when the coolest thing to do was hate on Go. And yeah, but like pretty much like I know how big Teen Titans is, but I also know that it ends on a cliffhanger, or not a cliff. Is it a cliffhanger? It ends on a cliffhanger, and that just kind of sours me, because it's like I kind of am wanting to see it, but at the same time, I just hate watching any show that has like
It's
a very
debatable if
lackluster
that is a
ending.
cliffhanger, and it's more of a metaphor.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But how do y'all feel on Teen Titans, and where should we rank it?
So it's a
Think
really
like
good
Joe.
show. It's really good. I would put it behind Batman Beyond.
Behind Batman Beyond?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright. Next up,
The original Justice League has become a memory.
I am resigning from the Justice League.
What's gonna happen to the League now? We rebuild.
From the ashes of that great conflict, a new team has arisen. A much, much bigger team.
Each of you brings something different to the table.
Old friends, new heroes. And as usual, plenty of bad guys jumping up to get beat down.
Calm down, and I'll let you go. How about you kiss my ass?
Watch out, evildoers. There's nowhere to run. Because this year, they're all around you. The League is unlimited. Toonami presents an all-new original series, starring every superhero worth cheering for, and then some. Justice League Unlimited, premiering July 31st at 8:30 p.m.
And where am I exactly? Among friends.
There's strength in numbers. Only Toonami.
Justice League Unlimited.
S.
S.
I would put it above Powerpuff Girls.
Is it the same, like in the same, like I guess canon as the Justice League show?
It's a sequel.
Yeah, it's just
Oh, it
like
is?
basically season 3, I think, something like that.
Yeah, something like that, like season 3 or something.
But
somewhere.
it is so good.
Yeah,
Alright.
now I think we mentioned earlier it started premiering on Toonami, whereas the previous Justice League stuff was just reruns from airing elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up,
The Sarbillion Galaxy is full of danger.
Oh no, we've got trouble!
Fortunately, the Dice team and their Dino Breakers are ready to rumble. Not bad for a bunch of kids. Dice, premiering Saturday, January 22nd at 7:30.
Wow, what a plan!
Incredible! The squad's rolling deep. Only Toonami.
Dice. I
F.
don't know a whole lot. F? Seriously?
I would say I don't even remember this show, so that's
I remember watching this.
yeah,
Hold
like
on.
that's an F just based on like, wait, what?
Hold on. Let me look at the 40 episodes and only 10 aired. I should also note that since we are nearing the end of the Cartoon Network era, Toonami, a lot of the shows they aired around that time were like next to nothing, or like next to no airtime, because around that time Toonami would end and they would just play on Cartoon Network properly.
Yeah,
But
they were very fickle. They would pull things very very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
Dice, look, I've seen other people review Dice. It's not a good show. Bandai really wanted this to be a thing, but it is not a good show.
so I guess this is our first F tier show then.
I would say it's an F tier.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even remember this show, so yeah.
Look, if anything is an F tier, it's Dice. And another show that we'll get to very soon.
Uh-huh. All right. Next up,
Kyo was just an ordinary genius.
XY squared to the 6th.
That's correct. Till his father sent him a mysterious birthday present. Now this little boy, Zatch, might be just the friend Kyo needs. If all the Mamotos don't destroy them both.
I knew this was a bad idea!
Zatch Bell premieres Saturday, March 5th at 9:30. Open up and say only Toonami.
Zatch Bell. I know that this is considered a classic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good show.
We get asked about it at Discotheque all the time.
I
It's
mean,
a really fun show. Even though the dub was a bit censored, it's a really solid dub. It's got a great
I've
cast.
never finished the dub either.
Yeah, they didn't finish the dub. They didn't finish what was available of the dub on Toonami. Some of those episodes aired in Canada on Bionics, but even beyond that, the rest of the series was not dubbed. I think there's like 50 episodes that didn't get dubbed.
Yeah,
and the anime itself didn't finish.
Oof.
Yeah,
that's
there
a
were
whole
two.
kettle of fish.
There were 2 movies. They didn't dub those either.
Yeah. Thank you, Discotheque, for releasing those.
My biggest problem with the show is, I think it happens to everybody. Like, there's always like something where you just look at the show and you're like, this is animated perfectly fine, but I just do not like the way it looks. And for me, that's always been my problem with this show is I just don't like the way it looks.
I kind of like the way it looks, though sometimes the Mamotos are ugly. What the heck is with Consomme? Really? What the heck? But it's a fun show.
It's a good show.
Yeah, it's probably like middle C.
Like, middle C seems good.
Nothing great, nothing terrible. Like it's just there.
After all this time, the battle for King has finally begun.
I know that recently there was news that I guess like Toei's like license on the series expired. So like if another studio or company wanted to make an anime, they could now. But that's like too early to tell. But that that they opened licensing opportunities. So if anyone wanted to make a new series, they would have to reach out to the creator.
Put it behind Thundercats.
Yeah.
Behind Thundercats. All right. Next up.
On the mean streets of Gotham City, a new breed of supervillains emerges. But deep in the shadows, old school justice awaits. I'm the Batman. The Caped Crusader returns in an all-new animated series. The Batman, premiering Saturday, April 2nd at 8:30. You won't even see it coming. Only Toonami. This is it.
Is the Batman? I didn't even know about this until I was making the list. Like, there was a Batman show in the mid 2000s called The Batman.
And it was like forced to do things differently because it was following up Batman the animated series, obviously. but that kind of hamstringed it a little bit. But in later seasons, it got really good. Unfortunately, those later seasons didn't air on Toonami.
Sad.
We got all of the first season, then they reran it, and then they took it off, and then they played some of season 2, and then it was gone forever.
A shame.
Yeah. So overall, I might give it a B, but for Toonami, a C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Toonami run, I'd agree with that.
So
Put it at the top of C.
C, top
Yeah.
C. All right, and here's a big one.
Monkey D. Luffy wants to become king of the pirates. The only problem? He can't swim. But he's gathered a crew. And together, they'll seek the legendary treasure of Gold Roger. Things are gonna get a little strange along the way. Who is that rubber boy? One Piece. Premieres Saturday, April 23rd from 10 to 11 p.m. Don't let this straw hat fool you. Only Toonami.
So, when I was making the list, I thought, let me split One Piece in two. Because when One Piece aired on Cartoon Network, it was the 4Kids dub, and then Adult Swim would play the Funimation dub, so I just treated those as two separate entries. I didn't know that the Funimation version of One Piece did air on Cartoon Network later.
Yeah.
So
Jaya and part of Skypiea.
yeah, so I had no idea that that was a thing. So when I was making the list, I did it off the assumption of the 4Kids dub and the Funimation version being two separate entries. So, I mean, and it's still there. Like, there is a second One Piece on the list. So for this version of One Piece, we're going to treat this as the 4Kids dub of One Piece. So, One Piece 4Kids dub.
It may surprise you that I don't think this is actually an F tier. Even though this dub is awful in many ways, it kind of still is One Piece. It's still a decent action show. It's still a pretty fun show. There are people that got into One Piece because of this crappy dub. So as much as I'd throw it in F, I think it's probably a D.
Yeah, I would agree just because exactly like there was enough nostalgia and enjoyment from what this one did that made it worth Funimation's while to, like they did with DBZ, go back and redub the other stuff instead of just picking up where it left off. Like it was worth their time and money to do that because the audience was really wanting something faithful out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good thing they did.
D. Bottom D.
Bottom D, yeah.
Bottom D, yeah.
That is the will of D.
I see what you did there. All right, next up.
The destruction of Unicron has created a black hole, which threatens to swallow the planet.
Let's go!
Now, the Autobots' only hope is to find the ancient planet keys.
Prepare for battle!
But as usual, the Decepticons aren't playing along.
Beat it, Megatron! Oh, really?
Transformers Cybertron. New episodes, Saturdays at 7. Unlock the power.
Gotcha!
Only Toonami.
Is Transformers Cybertron.
Just put it with the other ones.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, a lot of these Transformers shows just blend in together,
and that's probably their biggest problem, and maybe their biggest, in a sense, strength is they just all kind of blend together.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
So the next show.
Are you ready to duel? Make your move!
In a magic battle of fast wits and even faster wrists, it's all about who's left holding the cards.
Let's go! You have to defeat me, and I can assure you that won't happen.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Coming up next. Stack the deck.
I win! It's over!
Is Yu-Gi-Oh! Although looking at the wiki, they only aired 6 episodes, so it was only on the air for a month.
Yeah, it was filler.
Damn. Well, I guess F? Seriously? I
would settle for a D because they're tier. I put it in E tier.
Yeah, I put it low D. Probably would I put it above 4Kids One Piece? Probably.
It's more faithful.
Yeah, that's its saving grace to getting put above that.
I mean, this version of Yu-Gi-Oh does have its fans.
Put it above Tenchi in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Above
yeah, because it's at least watchable.
Yeah.
It is. It's watchable.
All right, next up.
It's not the same like Jackie Chan. I just associate that with Kids WB. So
yeah, that's fair too.
Yeah, I was
going
to say
a Kids WB show, it'd probably be a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so next up is another heavy hitter.
Ninjutsu, the art of stealth and perseverance. To follow this path, one must be strong in mind, body, and spirit. Ready. But the way is treacherous. Some will succeed, some will fail. But only one will rule the school. Naruto, 1 hour premiere Saturday, September 10th at 9. No guts, no glory. Only Toonami. The prodigal son has returned.
Don't tell me it's Naruto again.
It is Naruto again.
Next Saturday at 12:30, Naruto is back.
Here we go.
And this time, it's uncut. Impossible!
That's crazy!
We're starting over at the beginning, and you're invited.
Oh, I'm very grateful.
Because no matter how many times you may have seen Naruto, you've never seen him like this.
Bring it on.
This is gonna be fun.
Others will be wrecked for life, and some of you may go crazy.
I'm going to be greater than any of them. Naruto! A ninja legend!
Naruto. Next Saturday at 12:30.
I am so there!
Believe it.
Cut the stupid tracks! Naruto!
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Another show that defined a generation. Naruto. The original Naruto, not Shippuden. We'll get to that later. Naruto. I have seen Naruto, not from Toonami though. I think I just saw it on Hulu. I remember like enjoying it. Unfortunately, enjoying it more than Shippuden, which is not an uncommon opinion. And like I just kind of like I enjoy I enjoy, sorry, I keep stuttering. Like I enjoy the soundtrack more. I enjoy just like a lot of stuff more, because here's the thing. I didn't see Naruto until way later, because like I when I was watching Toonami, they did give Shippuden, but I didn't like see original Naruto. And Shippuden, with having a lot of filler, they would have flashback episodes to a lot of those early moments. So that's how I got a lot of my Naruto knowledge. But then I actually went back to the original show, and I'm like, the original show does a way better job telling these events than the fucking recap in Shippuden does. Like, it's insane. Like the first episode where he takes a scroll and he does the shadow clone jutsu against him, like done way better, looks way better than like a recap episode of Shippuden does. And it's kind of ironic that like this is currently rerunning on Rewind, and it's also the first time that it's running like in 4:3, because this is going off the Blu-ray that Viz Media put out. It's also the first time that the original opening and the ending plays. Because
the uncut run that we had on Toonami in 2012 still used the dub opening.
What was I gonna say? Oh, and also like out of all the endings and the openings, Wind, the first ending, is still my favorite ending of Naruto. Overall, I just had a better experience with it. I guess also because the original Naruto series didn't have a bad problem. I didn't have such a problem with filler that Shippuden would. Like the only filler issues it had was like it did the ending of part one with Naruto and Sasuke, and now it needed a fuck ton of filler before it could get to Shippuden. Uh, but other than that, I mean, like I enjoyed Naruto way more. In my opinion, I would put this somewhere in A. How do y'all feel on this?
Uh, Naruto before Sasuke and Naruto have their fight is top tier shonen. It is really good storytelling, great characters, a lot of fun. You know, the female characters could certainly be better fleshed out, but you know that's
Cough Sakura.
Oh, absolutely.
Music is fantastic. Characters are great. Really nicely animated. Just a fantastic show overall. One thing that absolutely blew me away when this aired on Toonami was it was almost uncensored, which was crazy because it was a PG show and they just ran it PG. They did have to do some censorship, but it was so violent, and they had jokes like the sexy jutsu, and like it's crazy what they got away with on daytime Cartoon Network in 2000.
I was gonna say, did they keep the third Hokage dying the same way?
Oh yeah. I mean, they censored it a bit, but yeah, they definitely censored a lot of times when somebody stabs, because that was a whole problem. But it's remarkably unscathed, and as the show went on, it was less and less censored to the point that it was practically uncut, other than minor things here and there. And eventually, they did start using the real opening, though never the real endings. It is a really good show. For Toonami Legacy, it is a big deal. It is like behind DBZ and Sailor Moon for relevance on Toonami.
If it wasn't Dragon Ball, it was Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So
the thing that drags it down is that whole batch of filler, which mostly aired.
Yeah.
They didn't even air. There were like 11 episodes that they didn't air.
It's funny because the final episode of Naruto is technically canon that would shift into Shippuden, and that never aired.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem. Well, anyway, yeah, it's good. It's very good. Before I was thinking it should be A, maybe behind Sailor Moon, but I mean, I'm comparing it to Rurouni Kenshin in particular. Maybe it's S.
Yeah, I'd put it low S right above that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, definitely low S.
Low S above Rurouni Kenshin. Is everyone fine with that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up.
In a world of head shavers, one man stands up for the little hair. Bo-bobo! In an action show unlike any you've ever seen, Bo-bobo. He's a complicated man, but no one understands him but his woman. Actually, I don't think anyone understands him. Bobobo-Bo-Bobo. Premiere Saturday, October 1st at 10:30. Only Toonami.
Is another Toonami classic. I have not seen this, but I know I definitely know that it has a lot of fans. Bo-bobo-bo-bobo-bo-bo.
No, there's only 7 bows. Bo-bobo-bo-bo-bo-bo.
Wait, did I read that right? Bo-bo. Sorry,
Bo-bobo-bo-bo-bo-bo.
You know what I mean.
As my coworker Mark calls it, Bo 7.
Yeah, that's what you should call it.
So
I love this show. This show's fantastic.
It's
such a
hilarious.
wild-
It's weird.
I remember as a kid loving it because it was so out there and weird for this block to run.
It's
like,
B
wow.
for Bo-bobo.
Yes, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Top of B.
Top of B
High
above
B,
Sailor
yes.
Moon.
Yeah.
No, that's
No,
A.
that's A.
A? Oh wait,
No,
no, sorry.
Yeah,
Top.
there you go. Yeah.
Sorry, I mixed up the two. And now we move into our very first, and unfortunately, it's still the best Toonami original series.
In the year 2049, the world's most popular motorsport is the immortal Grand Prix.
Welcome to the beginning of this season's IG1 Grand Prix! Get ready, folks! Sparks will fly!
Takashi Jin could be its greatest pilot ever.
He's got a style that's different from anything I've ever seen.
If he can just get over being a teenager.
Takashi, stay focused! What are you doing? I'm winning this thing!
Watch out! You're gonna crash!
This season, Takashi and Team Satomi hit the big leagues on a quest to take the crown.
We want to be champions. We work as a team.
You know, I don't like you.
Give me one more day to find a sponsor.
The only thing standing in their way? 180 miles of track. And 5 teams determined to win.
I don't think anyone can beat Bellstein with me at forward.
All at 350 miles an hour.
You're in the big leagues now, Hotshot.
They wouldn't have it any other way. From the studio that brought you Ghost in the Shell, Cartoon Network is proud to present the first Toonami original series, IGPX. Premiering Saturday, November 5th at 10 p.m.
Come on, Takashi. I'll take you apart. Watch out, Takashi. It's a trap.
Life in the fast lane.
Say goodbye, you little fuck.
Only Toonami.
IGPX.
I give it a B.
Yeah.
I recently rewatched it. It holds up a lot better than all their other originals.
I still say it's the best original. Oh, but we'll get there. Don't worry, we'll get there. What's funny is that I was at MomoCon one year, I think like 2 years ago, and there was a discotheque booth with a bunch of stuff, and I saw the IGPX DVD set, and I decided to grab it because I'm like, hey, I've never seen this, and I know it's a big part of Toonami's history. So I bought the DVD set and I watched it, and I liked it. And then not long after that, a good old discotheque decides that they revealed the Blu-ray. And
well, to be fair, that took like 10 years.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was one of those where I knew about the Blu-ray for like 2.5 years and couldn't tell you when you were like, hey, I'm going to buy this. I was going to be like, don't buy it, but I couldn't tell you that.
Well, now that's going to be a collector's item because they don't make that case anymore.
Yeah, that was why it was out of print. Was we literally could not get that case anymore.
What was I gonna say? A similar thing happened with Berserk because I was out of the country and I was actually browsing Netflix, and I was in Dominican Republic. That version of Netflix had Berserk, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna watch Berserk while I'm here when I had some downtime. Obviously, I was busy with other stuff, so I only got like 4 episodes in. And then I came back home and I'm like, man, I never finished Berserk. And Logan's like, oh, too bad, so sad. And then what do you know? They have their discotheque live stream and they end it with Berserk, and I hate you. So anyway, IGPX and B.
Mm-hmm.
Where would we put it? B.
High B.
Above Jackie Chan.
Yeah, above Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Okay, and what I thought was going to be our first F-tier show.
Trained from an early age, these swordsmen are Wulin's greatest warriors. Now, they must defeat one of their own to save Wulin from destruction. Wulin Warriors, Saturday, February 4th at 8 p.m. Only Toonami on Cartoon Network.
Wulin Warriors.
You don't even have to say nothing, just put that shit in there.
I just want to say it was Johnny Quest and Wulin Warriors that everyone was replying to DeMarco on Twitter for Rewind.
If we get anything like that, it would probably be like, what is the Thunderbolts Fantasy, I believe it's called?
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be fun. Because that's Gen Urabochi stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's a shame because the show that they made into Wulin Warriors is a good show.
It is.
It is.
But Wulin Warriors is not. It's kind of entertaining. It's fun to hear like those New York voice actors voicing these puppets. Like Sean Schimmel's in there.
Sean Schimmel's in there.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
When he was in New York.
oh yeah, and I heard him on Berserk too because I recently went through the Blu-ray. All
But
right.
yeah, it's bad. It's F.
Yeah.
You think that will it work on Adult Swim instead?
Maybe if they
If they
did the
did the
original.
Thunderbolt Fantasy version, yeah.
Well, yeah, just play Thunderbolt Fantasy subtitled. They played subtitled things now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it.
All right, we are 10 shows away from rounding out the Cartoon Network era. Next one
round.
is Chronicles. Yeah, I should also mention that this is the part of Toonami to where this was pre-cancellation, so a lot of the shows that are coming up barely had like any airtime. So yeah, this will be a speed round. Pokemon Chronicles.
I'd give it a high D.
High D.
Yeah.
Those are some pretty fun episodes.
Would you put it above Duel Masters?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then
Well, below Duel Masters.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then
For what I remember of it.
And then next is
You may know their names, but you've never seen them like this. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Ben Grimm, the Thing. And Clobbering Time! Susan Storm, the Invisible Woman. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Mutated from their human forms, they now battle the forces of evil as the Fantastic Four, starting Saturday at 8. It's 4-part harmony. Only Toonami on Cartoon Network.
Fantastic Four, World's Greatest Heroes.
This show's rough.
I don't even remember this show.
I don't remember watching the show.
Would you
I
say
really
F?
wanted to give it a. I wouldn't put it in F.
Low D.
Low D.
Low D.
Like somewhere around SD Gundam.
Yeah, but put it behind Super Friends.
Yeah, that fits. I guess like as little of it as I remember. Like I'm looking it up right now, and it's like, yeah, I guess I do remember sort of seeing it. I just don't remember.
It's not a terrible show. It's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Even though it's like it tries to be stylish, like it's got a unique art style, but I just remember being really bored.
The next one is another Pokemon show.
Network brings you the newest season of Pokemon to hit the U.S.
I'm so ready.
It's Pokemon Battle Frontier. Ash and Pikachu are back, and this time they face 7 impossible challenges that will push Ash's Pokemon training skills to the limit.
Uh-oh.
It's Pokemon Battle Frontier. Catch the hour-long premiere September 9th at 9, only on
Battle Frontier. Only 14 episodes aired out of the 47.
With the other one?
Nah, I'd
was
knock
gonna
it down a peg of worse than GT.
I'm assuming that this was during Gen 3.
Yeah, let's sandwich GT with a couple of Pokemon.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Next is.
Let us begin.
Starting next Monday, Magoozy's going back to the top of the deck with Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Brace yourself! We're replaying every card, every duelist ever dealt, right from the start.
Well, I'm ready. Time to throw down. It's your move. You asked for it!
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX starts over, starting next Monday at 5. Get your game on, again.
Give me your best shot.
You got it.
On Magoozy, only on Cartoon Network.
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Only 30 out of its 180 episode run aired.
I don't like this show. Though I do like the fact that it's a school for card games as opposed to world saving stakes, but then I hear it gets to world saving stakes.
Yeah.
I was always really annoyed when this was on Toonami.
I didn't even know it was on Toonami, to be honest.
Yeah,
I was gonna say like a lot of the
used it for
stuff.
filler.
I was gonna say a lot of the stuff that aired during like the Tom 4 pre-cancellation stuff is like barely any runtime. Cause like some of these shows I didn't even know aired on Toonami. Like I didn't know Ben 10 Alien Force here, but we'll get there. So where would we put Yu-Gi-Oh! GX?
I'd actually put it behind Four Piece.
4Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would kick it to F, but I think that's a little harsh.
I don't
Compared
think
to
it's
what's
that
in F right
bad.
Yeah,
now,
it's
yeah.
not that bad.
F is bad, just straight up bad shows.
Yeah.
D is a lot of things that don't really, maybe never shouldn't have been on Toonami, but are not
Yeah.
absolutely terrible.
They're bad, but they're not unwatchable.
Yeah, there you go.
Next one is
Two young warriors battling great odds.
Are you ready?
One on the court,
I don't know much about tennis, but I love it.
the other in an evil fantasy world.
Pretty exciting stuff.
First they were on Jetstream. Now we're putting them on Toonami.
That's awesome.
This is gonna be really good.
Check out The Prince of Tennis and Mare. Premiering Saturday, December 23rd at 10 and 10:30. Game, set, mace. Only Toonami and Toonami Jetstream.
The Prince of Tennis. It had 14 out of its 178 episodes air
Such
on
a
Toonami.
cursed airing. They ran it. They skipped episodes to try and like catch up to Jetstream. So they ran like the first episode, and then they skipped a few episodes, and then they skipped a bunch more episodes. It was, and then they were like, "This is a terrible idea. Let's restart it and play all the episodes in the correct order."
What?
Yeah, it was a really cursed airing, but it's a pretty good dub. I enjoyed it watching every episode on Toonami Jetstream. I don't think it's worse than a C. I think
Not
Yeah.
worse than a C. Like sports anime
Yeah.
is just a weird choice for the action block, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Put it behind Zatch.
Behind
Yeah.
Zatch
Yeah.
Bell. All right.
I think it is a slightly better choice than Dot Hack Science.
All right. Next show is
Two heavy hitters are getting the call.
That's incredible.
Don't miss The Prince of Tennis and Mare. Premiering next Saturday at 10 and 10:30.
That's way cool.
Serve it up. Only Toonami and Toonami Jetstream.
Mar, and it had
Mare.
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 Mare
And
Chin Awakens Romance.
It 16 out of its 102 episodes aired.
Same kind of deal. They just skipped episodes to get to Jetstream, and it was a blah. And this did well enough that it got bumped ahead of Prince of Tennis when they decided to restart, which kind of annoyed me because I liked having the Shonen Jump shows all in a row and having Inuyasha next to Mare because they're both Shonen Sunday. But yeah, whatever. Mare's pretty fun. I liked Mare.
So where would we rank Mare?
You know, I would stick it right behind Hamtaro.
Right behind Hamtaro. All right.
Oh no, wait, I got no. It's not better than the Batman.
So then
Yeah.
C,
Yeah, I guess it's C.
below the Batman.
Yeah, like it's a perfectly fine series, but it's nothing fantastic.
Huh. All right. Next show is
Have you ever noticed we go to a break just when things are getting good? These 8 fingers are working overtime, bringing the greatness to you.
Stormhawks. Only 9 out of the 52 episodes aired.
Didn't really have a presence on Toonami, but I liked this show. I thought it was a great show.
I don't think I ever saw this one.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
barely remember it.
yet again, these are like shows that were like at the tail end, so like not much. Like literally only 9 out of 52. The next show only had a single episode, and next 2 shows only had a single episode. And yeah, so I guess this is all on Sketch. Where would you put this?
This is a fun adventure action show. Recorded in Canada, has a lot of those familiar voices. Scott McNeil is absolutely hilarious as multiple characters. And when it showed up on Toonami after it had been airing outside of it on Cartoon Network in various points, I was like, okay, cool. This is a good show. I like having this on Toonami, actually. That said, maybe if I'd seen every episode, I could give it a B, but it's probably, yeah, it's a C. Put it behind Gundam Seed.
Behind Gundam Seed. Where did I?
Oh no, wait, we got Gundam Wing in there. You know what? Put it behind Zatch Bell.
It's behind Zatch Bell. All right. So for this one,
Hey, Mega Man's been around for years. 20 to be exact. Mega Man Star Force will be right back.
Phew! Gotta go take a 49. CN5.
Time for Mega Man to kick some Mega butt. Now back to Mega Man Star Force.
because I find it funny. So it's Mega Man Star Force, 55 episodes, but only a single episode aired on Toonami. A special episode on August 25th.
It was actually like a marathon of multiple episodes. It was weird.
I'm gonna assume, because I know there's a game with the same name, I'm gonna assume this was to coincide with the game releasing.
Yeah.
So how would you rank?
Put it behind Prince of Tennis.
Prince of Tennis.
Yeah.
I guess we finally filled out one of the rows enough to make it two. All right. Next up is
a new world of adventure is beginning with Bakugan. Each card holds its own battling beast. But as these new brawlers soon discover, Bakugan isn't just a game. Oh no! These battles are for the fate of Destroya, and the only way to win is as a team.
Yeah, come and get!
Watch the premiere of Bakugan tonight at 9 p.m. You up for a battle? Always. Only on Cartoon Network.
Bakugan. Only a single episode aired on Toonami out of the 52.
Put that shit in F.
Wow, I don't think it's that bad, Sketch. Wow.
I was gonna say, I actually remember. I remember seeing the promo for this on Cartoon Network, but I don't think it was advertised as Toonami. It was just advertised as on Cartoon Network or something.
Yeah, I mostly remember watching it through Cartoon Network, not Toonami. It's not a Toonami film. We're ranking it by if it's a good fit for Toonami, it's an F. But I don't think, if we're also counting the quality of the show, I think it's like a low D.
All right, put it behind GX.
Yeah, it literally said only one episode. All right, 2 more shows of the Cartoon Network era left.
Ever want to be powerful or important? He got that right! That's how Shu feels, and he's about to get his wish times 1,000. Because Shu does have power, and he's about to become the most important boy around. Let's get him! With a little help from his shadow, the infamous Blue Dragon. Maybe help isn't the right word. What's going on? Check out Blue Dragon in Toonami tonight at 10. You and your shadow. Don't mess with us! Only on Cartoon Network.
Blue Dragon, 8 out of the 51 episodes. The only thing I know about this was that it was a video game that Akira Toriyama did art for. And I hear it wasn't that great.
That's all right. It's a fine JRPG.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, the game is better than the show. The show was okay. I don't know. Put it behind GT, I guess.
GT. All right. And finally,
Battle-tested warriors have always known that you must crush your enemy.
Hey, Tennyson!
Completely. Peekaboo. Leave nothing to chance. For if you do,
We're gonna finish the mission.
they will strike again. Ben 10 is back. And again. But he has no idea what he's up against this time. Ben 10 Alien Force. Saturdays at 10 a.m. Go full force. Only on Cartoon Network. A Cartoon Network original series, Ben 10 Alien Force. The future is here. Will you be a part of it?
I'm in a bit of a situation.
Maybe you can find Max and save your planet.
I can't do it without Grandpa.
You are Ben Tennyson. Destroy Hateable.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Ben 10 Alien Force. Go full force. Only on Cartoon Network.
Our final Cartoon Network era Toonami show, which I didn't even know aired on Toonami, because I actually remember seeing seeing this the night it came out. Ben 10 Alien Force. It's funny because I didn't see original Ben 10, but I remember seeing Alien Force, and I actually remember liking it a lot. I do plan to rewatch it. Like I plan to rewatch classic Ben 10 and then eventually Alien Force. But how do y'all feel about Ben 10 Alien Force?
It was aired on Toonami as filler.
Yep.
It was just repeats that had already aired on Cartoon Network weeks ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That
because
said,
I remember seeing it on Cartoon Network.
It's a pretty good show. You know?
Yeah. It's a pretty good show.
I have more fondness for original Ben 10, to be honest.
Same.
But Ben 10 Alien Force had some pretty good storylines. They developed the characters well. I'd say Ben 10 probably peaked in Alien Force.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could even give it a B.
A B?
Yeah, maybe like a low B.
Low B. Would you put it above Tenchi Muyo?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Above Tenchi Muyo before Voltron?
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, mainly because it was just kind of an afterthought on Toonami. If it could maybe be a high B in as far as action cartoon qualities go, but I mean, there's some really good shows in the B tier, so I think that's reasonable.
All right. Well, this rounds out the Cartoon Network era of Toonami.
Well, this is the end, beautiful friends. After more than 11 years, this is Toonami's final broadcast. It's been a lot of fun, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you who've made this journey with us. Toonami wouldn't have been anything without you. Hopefully, we've left you with some good memories. So, until we meet again, stay gold.